Linguistics. Teach Yourself Linguistics by Jean Atchison. 6th edition 2003. Episode 2. In the first episode, I talk about the preface of the book. In the preface, the author mentions about the purpose of the book. And in this episode, also I want to share the cover from the book because I forgot to put it in the first episode. So here's the cover of the 6th edition. If you have the latest one, that is good. If you don't have the latest one, or like if you have the previous one, I think that's okay too. Disclaimer: I make this channel and this video purely for educational purpose. If you own the books or any material from my video and you wish to take it down, please email me. Part 1. Starting out. Chapter 1. What is linguistics? This chapter explains, first, how linguistics differs from traditional grammar studies, and second, outlines the main subdivisions of the subject. What is linguistics? Linguistics is the systematic study of language. So when you study a language in linguistics, you need an approach, a method, and other elements to then observe the language you are studying. And it's different from studying a language in order to use them. When we study language in linguistics, we try to observe it to understand its nature, characteristics, and its impact instead. Linguistics tries to answer the basic questions such as, what is language? How does language work? Some extended questions related to linguistics are, what do all languages have in common? How does human language differ from animal communication? How does child learn to speak? How does one write down and analyze an unwritten language? Why does language change? To what extent are social class differences reflected in language? What is a linguist? A person who studies linguistics is called a linguist, but actually, it is called linguistician. A linguist for short, and a linguist in a broader sense can also mean someone who can speak more than one language. Linguist in linguistics field doesn't have to master the use of numerous languages. Instead, having a wide experience of different type languages is more important because they need to analyze and explain linguistic phenomena. They are objective observers instead of participants. This part actually answers the first question of this chapter. How linguistics differs from traditional grammar studies. So, how does linguistics differ from traditional grammar? First, linguistics is descriptive, not prescriptive. Second, linguistics regards the spoken language as primary, not the written. Third, linguistics does not force languages into a Latin-based framework. In short, linguistics has a universal framework for all languages set up by linguists. This part explains the second point of this chapter, that is, the main subdivisions of linguistics. There are phonetics, phonology, syntax, semantics, pragmatics, which is also related to sociolinguistics, psycholinguistics, applied linguistics, computational linguistics, stylistics, anthropological linguistics, and philosophical linguistics. So the scope of linguistics, in reality, linguistics can cover more than one scope when we talk about certain topics, and the scope in the diagram isn't very rigid. Phonetics. Phonetics is the study of human speech sounds. People who study phonetics can be called phoneticians. So phoneticians deal with the actual physical sounds. They study the position of the tongue, teeth, and vocal cords during the production of sounds and record and analyze sound waves. Linguists are more interested in the way language is patterned. They analyze the shape or form of these patterns. In conclusion, phoneticians deal with sounds in terms of language production and perception, while linguists deal with language and its patterns. Phonology. Phonology is sound patterning. There is no further explanation in the book. In the book, it is only stated that way. So phonology is sound patterning. And then the next, syntax. Syntax in the broadest sense is the arrangement and the form of words. Syntax links together the sound patterns and the meaning. Semantics is meaning. I know it is what it is. In the book, it says that. I know I could just put other sources to explain this topic, but I only want to talk about whatever stated in the book. Next, phonology, syntax, and semantics are the bread and butter or the essential parts of linguistics. Together, they create the grammar of a language. Note, in older textbooks, the word grammar is only referred to syntax, and syntax itself is referred to arrangement of words only. Pragmatics. Pragmatics deals with how speakers use language in ways which cannot be predicted from linguistic knowledge alone. This relatively new and fast expanding topic has connections both with semantics and with various branches of linguistics, which link language with external world, such as psycholinguistics, the study of language and mind, sociolinguistics, the study of language and society, applied linguistics, the application of linguistics to language teaching, computational linguistics, the use of computers to simulate language and its workings, stylistics, the study of language and literature, anthropological linguistics, the study of language in cross-cultural settings, philosophical linguistics, the link between language and logical thought. Two scopes of linguistics omitted in the first diagram. The first one is historical linguistics. Historical linguistics is the study of language change. In the historical linguistics, there are two parts. The first one is synchronic linguistics, and then the second one is diachronic linguistics. And then the second scope is linguistic typology. Linguistic typology is the study of different language types. The reason why those two are omitted because it is difficult to depict the scopes into two-dimensional diagram. It's better to show these scopes into three-dimensional diagram. For historical linguistics, the focus is whether someone studies it only one period of time, which is then fell into synchronic linguistics. However, if someone studies language changes more than one period of time, then it will be fall into diachronic linguistics. For linguistic typology, this scope covers several layers such as phonology, syntax, and semantics. So, to put linguistic typology into two-dimensional diagram would make the diagram overlapping. So, let's look back. After knowing all this information, I have two questions in my mind. First, what are these info for? These info are introducing us into what is linguistics about and the scopes that we can study. Second, but if we don't know which scope to focus on, what can we do? We can start with our interest, like if you want to study language and literature, then we can choose stylistics, or if we are interested in the process of how language is acquired, or how the process on how people can learn a language, then we can choose psycholinguistics. For me, it's like you came to a hotel and the staff told you the facilities they have, and after that, you decide which part you would spend your visit the most. Will you be in the pool? Will it be just in your room without going anywhere? Will it be in the lounge or cafe? So, that's it. Please subscribe for more and thanks for watching. If you want to support this channel to cover more topics related to language, you can do so through Coffee for International or Traktir for Indonesian. Link in the description. See ya!